We had a great discussion in our book club this morning. And what it talked about was we were talking about Einstein's desk. Some of you have seen me post about Einstein's desk, about how messy it was. But a lot of people would just stay there and focus there and be like, you know what? How this guy was so successful or whatever and his desk was messy because we think that somehow mess is a bad thing. It is and it isn't. I'm reading a book right now called The One Thing. And what I'm learning from that experience is when you look at guys like Bill Gates, Michael Jordan, Warren Buffett, they basically did one thing. One thing. And they went, and with the practice, they tried this thing over and over and over. They definitely have, basically hit the 10,000 hour mark when it came to success. So sorry for bothering you, but I'll be real quick. I just wanted to tell you this new thing that we're doing with websites. So you need a website, but you don't know where to start. You think there are a lot of websites out there are expensive. Well, let me help you. And why am I qualified to help you? Number one, I've made a lot of mistakes in my websites. I probably had about 5 or 6 websites when I didn't even know what I was doing. And I would get your home page, your about page, or whatever. I didn't know what I was doing. But now, what I know now is that after taking 6 certifications, working on my 7th, with Ryan Dice, one of the top marketers in the world, I learned that what a website should do. I learned about branding, your branding color. How to capture leads. Your website should be a way to capture leads. I know about this. But the thing is maybe that you're trying to build a website and you don't even know what you're doing. And trust me, I've been there. So let me help you for a low cost. Let my company now help you because basically we're expanding and we're creating a marketing agency. And I have a team that can help you build your website from beginning to end for not that much, but it will help you in the long run. So you build it one time and you build it the right way. So let's have that conversation. You will find the link in how to get in contact with us. And yeah, let's start and let's build your website today. See you inside. Mentality, we get bored supposedly. And this is why I always say that you have to make sure that you do what you love in life. Because when you do what you love, you don't get bored. You wake up and do it all the time. If you want to study doing something over and over again, I want you to study the life of Picasso, of how he was an old man doing what he always loved doing. Now, how many of us can say that? We start, we stop. We start, we stop. And then we say, well, it didn't work. But the thing is, did you give it enough time? Did you give it enough effort? Because let's be honest, a lot of us are mistake Nazis. We're afraid to make a mistake. Well, what if somebody knows we made a mistake? Well, guess what? Making mistakes are awesome. I'm going to say that again for somebody who didn't get that. Making a mistake is awesome. Because guess what? You cannot show me one famous person that exists today unless they made thousands of mistakes. People who are successful, who have a lot of followers and people that are putting their hand in their wallet to pay them know that you have to make mistakes, many mistakes, in order to be successful. You cannot tiptoe your way around. Oh, I can't make a mistake. Oh, I have misspelled a word. Oh, I can't do it. If you do this, you're not going to be successful. You have to get over yourself. The Creator wants us to make mistakes. Because when you make mistakes, Here's the thing. The only problem with a mistake is you continue to make them for over 10 years and you haven't learned anything or you haven't earned any more money. That's where the problem happens. But just making mistakes, you got to do it. You don't, there's no blueprints to life. We didn't come into this planet and around our neck, the doctor was like, hey, take the blueprints and put them over there and make sure to go home with the baby so we can make sure that they have a manual on what exactly to do. This is their passion. And all they have to do is follow it to a T and then they will be successful. No. We have to bang our head and bang our head. And then what happens is we have these people that are standing around us who don't even know it's success. And a lot of times these people are our, get ready, family members who aren't doing anything themselves, who are sitting around waiting for us to make mistakes. They sit around and they actually have powwows. Well, you know that this family member is trying to do that, but they didn't make it. You know, this family member is trying to do that, but they didn't make it. But here's what happens. When you're silent and you don't give a flip what they're thinking or whatever, and you become successful, then all of a sudden that conversation they had about you not doing it, then all of a sudden the conversation changes. It's like, oh, they think they're all that, all this money, whatever. Oh my gosh, I can't stand them. Hey, how's it going today? But meanwhile, you know what's not happening in that equation? They're not working on themselves. Because if you're too busy thinking about what somebody else is doing, you don't have time to work on yourself. Point blank. You just got to get out there and do it. There's no, look, I came to the conclusion today. I'm in the 5M book club. I was the creator of it. And we have some dynamite folks in there. But I'm in the gym today and I came to the conclusion that we have a great benefit by reading books. But we also have a disadvantage. And here's the disadvantage. It's not enough just to read the books. Not only do you have to read the books, but you have to take the action. If you're not taking the action, you're not going to get the result you want. Simple as that. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we can't read ourselves to success. Now, Warren Buffett reads a lot of pages per day, but he takes action. And that action that he's taken has made him one of the richest men that exists in the world today. Right? So I'm going to leave that there. Something for you to ponder on. Something for you to think about. And that's what it's all about, people. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. And don't be fearful. Remember, fear stands for false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. So stop worrying about what other people are thinking. Stop worrying about, what your neighbor is going to think. Stop telling them. Just get in there like a freaking scientist in a lab and make those mistakes. So with that said, good people, thank you. And until next time, signing off.